I had never been to Asia before moving to Thailand. Like many, I watched countless hours of YouTube videos about moving and living here. I quickly became interested in the Pratumnak area of Pattaya, but none of the videos I found made me feel like I understood what Pratumnak was really about. So after 2 years of living here, I'm making my own. This is Pratumnak. Hello everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my series all about Pratumnak. In part 1, I showed exactly where Pratumnak is located, gave my list of pros and cons of living here, and talked briefly about the different areas of this wonderful neighborhood. In this video, I'm going to focus on the Kasetsin area, commonly referred to as Cosy Beach. I'll give a full breakdown of its layout, show off the world-famous clifftop restaurants, let you see a wide variety of the different shops you will find in this beautiful neighborhood, show you a few of the most popular condo options, and give a sneak preview of the huge upcoming tourist attraction being built here now. Cosy Beach only has one road that runs in and out. From this junction between Pratumnak Hill and Big Buddha Hill, you will find roads running to different areas of Pratumnak. Over here in the corner is Kasetsin, which will take you to Cosy Beach's main street, Raja Warun.
Raja Balloon, Raja Patoon, Raja Rabbit, Rasta Raccoon, Raja Warun, Patoon, Rocky Raccoon, Raja, like sriracha, right?
A lot has changed in the 2 years since I made that video. When I moved here, Thailand was just reopening from the pandemic, and most of the shops in this area had permanently closed. Now this area is bustling with tons of new businesses, but it's still very quiet when compared to most of the other areas of Pattaya. Raja Warun follows an interesting path. It starts up here at this intersection with Kasetsin and then turns left here, where it then runs all the way down to the cliffs above Cosy Beach. This stretch of Raja Warun is the main drag of Kasetsin and splits the neighborhood in half. Kasetsin is only 3 blocks wide and about 6 short blocks long. It is entirely cut off from the rest of Pratumnak, except for one entrance at the intersection at the top. Every street here is named Kasetsin and given a number. Note, Kasetsin Soi 5 is different than Pratumnak Soi 5, Pattaya Soi 5, and Jomtien Soi 5. The streets south of Raja Warun are given odd numbers, and the streets to the north are given even numbers. This gives the interesting result of having Kasetsin 9 and 11, but not having any Kasetsin 8 or 10. The Thai address system is super wonky, and I'm hoping to do a whole video on that someday, but for now, let's check out the Cosy Beach area. We'll start off here at the top of the Raja Warun main drag. The sandwich shop opened last year, and it's a welcomed addition to the neighborhood. Open 24 hours a day but closed on Tuesdays, it offers a wide selection of delicious sandwiches. It's not cheap, but not badly priced for Farang food, and the portion sizes are very good. Next door we have a couple of 24-hour dispensaries. My friend Tony says that Trees on Deck has some of the best gummies in town. The owner is a really cool guy from the States, and there's usually a few people hanging out there. You will also find on this corner Ocean Global Real Estate and Easy Day Massage. On the right side going down, there are several empty lots filling up the next 2 blocks. Next up on the left is the Jewel Condo, which I hear offers great views and a nice little rooftop pool. On the corner, you will find one of the area's friendly motorbike taxi stands. After that, we come to the Dolphin Place laundry shop. Does anyone know if they rent out apartments in this building? It's a pretty big older style building, or possibly 2, I can't really tell. At the bottom here, we have the Casper dispensary, and after Casper's, we find a fenced off empty lot. There's still a few of these lots left in this area, showing room for more development over the years. There's been 2 unused buildings across the street from here ever since I moved to this neighborhood. Well, 2 weeks ago construction started there, and then this sign went up announcing a new 7-Eleven is coming. This neighborhood had 5 7-Elevens in 2019, but 3 of them closed during the pandemic. One of them has reopened, and this new one will bring the area back up to 4. On the 3rd block, we begin to get into the heart of the neighborhood. We start off here with the Hill Bar. It's the largest bar in the area, has 2 pool tables and live music once or twice a week. After the Hill Bar, we find a collection of different massage shops, laundries, and beauty parlors. We also have Chillin' Cafe, where you can choose to sit inside with the air conditioning or sit outside and take in the ambience. It's one of my favorite places to eat in this area. After some more massage shops, we find a 7-Eleven with a Thai food place attached next door. In front of the 7-Eleven, we have this little chicken stand. They serve khao man gai, which is a chicken and rice dish where the rice has been cooked in chicken broth. Incredibly tasty and only 50 baht a serving, it's become a go-to cheap breakfast for us. Across the street from the Hill Bar is Colas, one of the fancier restaurants here that's not located on the top of the Cosy Beach cliffs. Going down from Colas, you will find 2 more bars, a laundry shop, beauty spa, the Wake and Bake coffee shop, and the New Stars Bar and Restaurant. The New Stars Bar has recently begun to have live music once or twice a week too, and might be the oldest bar in the area. On the corner is Dank Pizza Cafe and Dispensary. The owner here is another cool guy from the States, and they have my favorite pizza in town. It's a thick crust Roma style pizza, but it's not the same as pan pizza. You can find many friendly people hanging out here most hours of the day. Around the corner is this little Thai shop selling cheap Thai food, and we eat here a lot. At this corner, you will find several food carts that regularly line the street. We see most of the same vendors here every day, although different ones appear at different times. There's a couple who come in the morning just to sell breakfast, and a guy who comes to sell ceremonial flowers and offerings for your home shrines and spirit houses. In the afternoon and evening, we get a whole bunch of vendors that set up selling everything from sausages and banana pancakes to Isan food and sushi. There's a huge selection of street food within 3 blocks of here, and I have yet to have anything that was disappointing. Starting the 4th block off on the left, we have the biggest produce stand in the area. It's followed by Bella Massage and a really interesting place called the Green Space. This is a shared working space that's open 24 hours a day, but it's also a cannabis shop. Perfect for those people who like to mix business and pleasure. After Green Space, we find Yerke's, a great little hamburger and hot dog joint. I've recently fallen in love with their hot dogs. They make their sausages and buns in-house, and the combination of flavors is on point. After Yerke's is Swagat Kitchen, a nice little Indian place with a good-sized menu. I made a video here where I took 3 Thai ladies to try Indian food for the first time. Before we continue, please like this video and continue subscribing to the channel so you won't miss part 3 of this series, where I talk all about the Soi 5 area of Pratumnak, and part 4 of this series where I will show the beautiful parks and coastlines of this amazing area. Next up is one of our friendly neighborhood pharmacies, great for helping you out with any ailments you have. Then we have a little travel shop and the popular Cosy Beach barber shop. While I don't get my hair cut here, a few of my friends do. I get my hair cut at Nui's, which is on Kasetsin Soi 2, just down from Dank Pizza. Nui's boyfriend is a famous Pattaya YouTuber. Can you guess which one? After the Cosy Beach Barber Shop is the Sea and Spice restaurant. This spot has changed hands several times since I moved in the area and is currently closed for renovations. On the opposite side of the road, we have Nana's Georgian Kitchen. This place is really nice with a great ambiance inside and some lovely Russian-esque style comfort foods. Above Nana's is the Peak Condo, not to be confused with the popular Peak Towers. I wish this building wasn't here though because it blocks our view of the Gulf of Thailand. The rest of this side of the street has some shop spaces that have been available for rent ever since I moved here. The fifth block starts off with a high-quality cannabis dispensary and lounge. This place has a great chill interior and was a wine shop before the legalization happened in Thailand. Next door we find Veterans First. I'm currently working on a video about this wonderful place and the services they offer disabled US vets. Several of my friends go here and it's a very impressive place. After Veterans First, we have a small 7-Eleven and then one of the area's Pin Shop restaurants. The food here is decent and they have a huge menu, but the highlight for me is the banana split sundae. There's a couple little shops after that and then the combo spot of Sister's Bakery and the Belvedere Weed House. The pizza at Sister's is pretty good and the Belvedere is another impressive dispensary lounge with a really cool bar, karaoke room, and even a rooftop cinema. This rooftop is where I threw Koi her surprise birthday party last year. There's probably at least 10 massage shops total in the Cosy Beach area. Across the street from all of this is the Thai Kitchen restaurant. It's pretty nice inside and has air conditioning, but I don't think the food is worth the price. Just my opinion. Down here on the corner is a Tops Mini Market, and this is where several of the food carts set up every night. The cross street here is Kasetsin Soi 9 and is probably the busiest side street off of Ratchawarun. Down the street you will find London Bagel and a slew of other eateries that I've been meaning to try out but always forget about when I think, where should we eat tonight? Across from the Tops Market is another produce stand and behind it yet another dispensary. There's so many dispensaries in Pattaya right now, I don't know how most of them manage to stay in business. On this last block of Ratchawarun, we find the Cosy Beach Hotel. Also on the street is Bosa, a quaint little pizzeria, cafe, and coffee shop, and yet another place I have yet to try. There's also this little boutique down here. At the bottom of Ratchawarun, the road meets up again with Soi Kasetsin. It is here that we find the clifftop restaurants that are responsible for the crazy traffic we get around sunset on most evenings coming in and out of this neighborhood. There's several of these places, each with their own little different thing to offer. First up is the Sky Gallery, which boasts an impressive menu and in most ways feels like the fanciest of these restaurants to me. This is where I finished my week-long seafood challenge, and like every other place along the cliff, it's a great spot to watch the sunset. Next up, we have the chocolate factory. The food here is pretty good and the scenery is nice, but where it stands out is the sweet shop that's attached to it. Just check out some of these goodies. Next up is Forest by the Sky. This is one of the 2 clifftop restaurants I haven't eaten at, but they feature some chill live music and a more tree-filled natural setting. After that, we have Three Mermaids. This is likely the most famous of these restaurants. Three Mermaids is known for its giant mermaid statue and its arrangement of nests where you could sit and look out over the cliff and down to the water below. Next up is the Luna Beach House. This is the other Cosy Beach clifftop restaurant that I haven't eaten at yet, and I haven't seen anything that's made me want to change that. Am I missing out by not eating here? Tell me in the comments below. Last but definitely not least is the Oxygen Beachfront Oasis. Of all these places, Oxygen is probably my favorite. I feel like the food is generally a little better here, and they have a nice selection of Isan food, which isn't available at any of the other places. My favorite thing about it though is that you are down closer to the water. Most of these places require you to make a deposit when booking a table that is then applied to your bill. And most of them have service charges or gratuity included, so if you're a tipper, make sure you look at your bill before you leave a tip. Finally, let's take a look at some of the most popular condos and attractions around Cosy Beach. On the north side of town, we have the Point Pratumnak. This was the first place I stayed at after moving to Thailand, and I will always miss their lovely pools on the 8th and 16th floors. Next, we'll look at the Sky Residence. This was the 4th place I stayed in Thailand, and what I loved most about it was how quiet it was, and of course this amazing city view. The clubhouse is a smaller building, but with nice spacious rooms, and I hear it's pet friendly. The Cliff Residence is another popular building and close to the center of the Kasetsin area. The View Cosy Beach has a lot of condo tours on YouTube and looks pretty nice. Don't confuse it with the Cosy Beach View though, which seems to be one of the cheaper condos in this area. The Senate Residence is a very modern building, although a bit expensive from what I've seen. These are all popular places, but they don't represent even a third of the buildings in the Cosy Beach area of Pratumnak. There's a few attractions here too. I'll cover everything you could find on the different parks in the hills and show you all around the coast in the part 4 of this series, but let's take a quick look down at Cosy Beach. The entrance to this secluded beach is located between Forest by the Sky and the Chocolate Factory, and it's easy to miss. Down these stairs and you find this little gem of a hidden beach. Cosy Beach is the perfect name for it, and hanging out there really makes it feel like you left Pattaya altogether. Lastly is Fisherman Village. Now this spot isn't open yet, but it's been under construction for about 18 months. I hear it will have over 40 eateries inside, as well as several other shops, and honestly, it's looking really cool. There's going to be a large pond or small lake and what seems to be a few high points where you will be able to see an amazing view.